was staying in Nigeria's capital city of Abuja, where the Senate earlier today approved and confirmed the appointment of 45 out of 48 nominees on President Bola Tinubu's ministerial list. This was after a screening process that generated so much interest and attention while it lasted. So far, former Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir Elrufai, Stella Okotete from Delta State, and Abubakar Sani Danladi from Taraba State are yet to be fully cleared. But first, there was a rowdy session at plenary after the Minority Whip Darlington Nwokwocha said Festus Keyamo, who is a nominee, had shown disregard for the parliament when he was invited to answer questions on a 52 billion naira empowerment project when he served as the Minister of State for Labor and Employment under the Buhari administration. National Assembly correspondent Tijesu Adeoye reports.
Mr. President,
citing the constitutional provisions of Section 88B of the 1999 Constitution as amended, the Senate's Minority Whip calls for the suspension of the confirmation hearing of Mr. Festus Keyamo, a nominee on President Tinubu's ministerial list. Senator Nwokwocha insisted that the screening of the nominee be stepped down until he explains his refusal to honor several invitations of the National Assembly over a 52 billion naira empowerment scheme.
I move a motion that we suspend forthwith this nomination and wait until when this is clear, so that he can freely work in our environment and tell Nigerians, I have perfectly done well because this record has been put straight. Pending when he decides.
Senator Nwokwocha's motion was seconded by Senator Einaya Abaribe, who also pointed out Mr. Keyamo's disregard for the National Assembly. The session soon turned rowdy after the motion was put to a voice vote and it sharply divided the lawmakers, forcing the President of the Senate to rise from his seat to restore calm in the hallowed chamber. After an executive session that lasted for over 3 hours, the man in the eye of the storm, Festus Keyamo, who is now faced with the consequence of his past actions, tendered an apology to the lawmakers.
And confirm every single one with a BVN number. And they are all there for complete transparency. Till today, we did not see one cover of that. I needed to make that clarification. And like I said, I'm sorry for that misunderstanding.
The nomination of Honorable
45 out of 48 ministerial nominees of President Bola Tinubu have now crossed the last hurdle with the confirmation of the Senate, approving their appointment as ministers of the Federal Republic. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, began the confirmation of their nomination after an executive session to deliberate on some matters arising.
The Senate may have scored a point with a threat to decline the confirmation of Festus Keyamo's nomination as minister. They will hope that moving forward, members of the executive, especially ministers, will show more regard for the legislature and cooperate with lawmakers to enhance the delivery of good governance. Tijesu Adeoye, TVC News, Abuja.